before I get into this video, here are some highlights. Wow. Clutch. Oh my god, please fizzle. Please on Jesus. Ooh. This could not have been a more lit Warlord match ever. Oh my god, he's not dead. Please be stunned. Okay, he's stunned, thank god. How did he not die? 30 health, that's a good meme, dude. That's a good meme. We did it! Yes! Yes! Oh my god. If you guys want to see more of that, link in the description below to my second channel. I upload a lot of just random Wizard 101 videos, so highlights and stuff. But in the future, I'm also going to probably be uploading like some random vlogs where I just talk about interesting stuff that you guys will probably enjoy, because I think about a lot of weird stuff and I'm a pretty weird person. So if that's something you're interested in, link in the description below. But let's go ahead and get started. So this is the follow-up to a very popular video that I made called How to Wizard 101. If you haven't seen the first episode, link in the description. But today, I just have a bunch of random things that I want to tell you guys about, and I think it'd be helpful just in general because first of all, you guys definitely wanted to see another episode of this, and so basically what today is going to be about is not really anything specific, but just sort of centered around the idea of how do you go from, you know, like a casual new player to a slightly better, more, I don't know, hardcore player, not even hardcore, better player of the game. You guys know what I'm saying. So there's gonna be a bunch of just random stuff, random pieces of advice I'm gonna give you guys, and then hopefully, even if you aren't a beginner player, maybe you can get something out of this. If you're a really veteran player, might not be the video for ya, but you know, you can stick around if you want to listen to my voice for a little while. Yeah, it's kind of creepy. So the first thing is pets. Now I'm sure I talked a little bit about pets in my other video, but today is going to be more centered around how to get good pets, because obviously you need pets in this game. Now I will say you really don't need to worry about pets until you're a higher level, and by higher level I mean above 50, even above maybe 70. You probably want some pretty decent pets when you get to a higher level, but it's still not really necessary. I mean, pets are really only essential for PvP. You can get away with a pretty bad pet in PvE, to be honest, but how to get good pets. I actually made a video on how to get good pets, which I'll probably link down below too, but today we're going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to teach you guys how to cheat, and this is going to require a little bit of work, but I promise this will save you some time if this is how you want to go about it. Now, as someone who has played the game for 7 years, I've only recently gotten some good pets in the past couple of years, and that's because I've taken a very long route to getting good pets. The way it works in this game is if you don't have good pets, a lot of people don't want to hatch with you, which is a problem because there's plenty of people out there with good pets. The problem is getting them to hatch with you. I mean, to get a good pet, you basically have to hatch with people with good pets, and eventually you'll get one of your own. The problem is, nobody wants to hatch with you because your pet sucks. So you can either do one of two things, which is slowly get a better pet by hatching with people who have similar pets to you, getting lucky, getting better stats, which is what I did for about the first 5 years I played this game. Not a good idea, not useful. As you can see, you look around, you know, you got this guy, look, chase, apprentice, fire, go to his pet, it's got damage and a selfless challenge. That was me, you know, 6-7 years ago. Nobody wanted to hatch with me for good reason, because my pet sucks. So how can you get around this? A couple things I've learned. Number one, you can always give people stuff. This is honestly a strategy that I recommend. It kind of seems scummy. It obviously costs money, but it will save you so much time. I think it's worth it. A lot of people in this game will hatch with you for packs, for elixirs. You can offer someone pretty much any horde pack, ask them whatever pack they want. You can also go to elixirs, give them a hatching elixir, give them a reset hatching elixir, give them an energy elixir, something like that. A lot of people will like those. That is one way that I've actually used in the past before I was a big YouTuber, before I had good pets. It works. It obviously costs money, but it will save you hours and hours. So if you have to put in $5 to give some people some packs for hatches, honestly worth it in my opinion. That's the first strategy you guys can use. The second strategy is giving people treasure cards. A lot of people, honestly, if you have empowers, which I'll go show you guys how to get these. Now, if you go to the bazaar, to get to the bazaar, by the way, because I know this is a basic video, go to the shopping district where I just went, right by the commons, go down this way, and then go into Oldie Town. This is a good thing to know. If you guys don't know where the bazaar is, if you take away anything from this video, you want to know where this place is. Then go in here, and there'll be this old dude. Actually, is he old? He's not too old. He's like a middle-aged guy. A little jolly fella. Your boy Alex Silverfist. Anyway, go ahead and click on the guy, and then scroll over and go to death spells here and look for empowers. There should be a lot here. Sometimes people are, cool and they buy them all. But these, if you have a lot of gold, which as I said, it takes you a little while to get gold, which is why making pets at a low level is very difficult because you can't really hatch with people because you don't have enough gold. If you buy a bunch of these and give it to someone will probably be nice enough to hatch with you. It's about 40 per hatch. So if you give someone more than 40, or not gift, but if you give them, trade them more than 40, sometimes people will be nice and hatch with you. The one thing I will say is with all these methods, you got to be careful because first of all, people will be skeptical of you, but don't just give people free stuff because you don't want to get scammed either. Usually that doesn't happen, but it does happen sometimes. So be careful, but that's my advice for getting good pets. As I said, that's kind of the way you can cheat, is basically, it's a pretty simple concept, but you just have to give people stuff before they give you something. If you can give them something else, I don't know what else you can offer them, but if you can give them something else, that's always good. Being a YouTuber always helps. As a YouTuber now, it's pretty easy for me to get hatches. I don't really do a lot of pet hatching anymore, so I don't really ask people for hatches, but there's other methods to get it if you're a streamer as well. It's obviously easier, but if you're not any of those people, as I said, giving them something is a good way to hack the system, and you can actually get pretty good pets with that too, which will, oh my god, it will save you so much time. That is my advice. Let's move on. Now the next thing is, if you want to be a good player, you got to look like a good player. Now the problem with this game that you'll quickly figure out is that most good players have a very similar stitch, and a lot of people roast me in the comments, bro, this is basic, you're basic, bro, kill yourself. I'm not going to encourage that you use these pieces of gear, but I will tell you that if you want to look like you're good at the game, there are a couple of different gear that you're going to want to use, and I'll tell you some places you can get it. So, as you can see here, I'm rocking probably the most basic stitch in the game, probably the most popular, probably the best looking, just objectively. In terms of hats in this game, right now we're talking about looks. I'm pretty sure I talked about gear in the last video, so just remember these are stitched, everything is stitched. If you guys don't know how to stitch, what I'm talking about right here is aesthetic gear, because you gotta look cool. So this is the elegant hat for Storm. As you can see, there's little Storm things on there. There's one for every single school. Two places you can get them. You can either farm for them, which I don't remember off the top of my head each place. They're either in Mirror Lake, in Mushu, and I honestly think it's either Mirror Lake or Mushu. You'll have to look it up. You can just look up whatever Storm elegant gear, Fire elegant gear. You'll find the sets. They're super popular. As I said, pretty much everyone in the game has them. You can always just ask somebody. Most people know. Where is it? Yes. So 70 gear is what you want. So right here, here's the one for death. As you can see, it has a hat. It has a robe. This is the elegant robe. A lot of people don't use it, but some people do. But really, if you're gonna buy it in the crown shop, you'll want to buy it for the hat and the boots. You can buy them by themselves too. You can buy. I think you can buy single sets. Can you buy single sets of gear? I thought you could buy all the gear individually, but maybe not. I could be wrong on that. Anyway, you can either buy them in the crown shop. It's like 10k. It's expensive. What I recommend is farming for it. The Storm ones are really easy. The Storm hat you can get a Mushu and the boots. I don't remember the bosses off the top of my head, but they don't actually take that long, so I don't recommend buying it. I don't really recommend buying it at all. I bought it on my balance just because some of the gear you can only get from Mirror Lake, which is a dungeon in Zafaria, and that's gonna take you a while. Unless you're really into farming dungeons, it might be worth buying, but that's where you get that gear. The elegant hat, again, I'll go to the boots right now. Boots are elegant boots too. There's other boots that people use, but for the most part, the elegant boots I think are the best looking in the game, and that's what most people use. So, those are the two sort of hat boot combo wombo that most people use. Where it changes up, I guess, is the robe, and from what I understand, in my opinion, there's basically 3 robes that most people use. And as I said, you can be your own person. You don't gotta conform to society. You can wear whatever you want, but I'm just telling you what will make you look like you're good at the game, especially if you're gonna do PvP. If you want to look basic, here's what you do. So this is the Duelist robe. I obviously have it stitched to my Malistaire gear. You can get the Duelist robe from this dude right here. Just go to robes and go to the Duelist ones. They all look the same. They actually give good stats, I guess, if you're doing quick match. But usually you stitch them, just buy the cheapest one for level 10 and stitch it. It's 3,000 arena tickets, which is kind of expensive, but this is what it looks like. You can obviously, change the colors and whatever. So that's one. I personally prefer this one. It's sort of newer. The other ones have been out for a while. It looks nice, but as I said, pretty much everybody has it, but it's up to you what you really want to rock. The next thing is the Commander's robe, which you can find here. It is commander only, obviously, so you kind of have to be a commander to get it. So this is more of a PvP thing. It actually came with a bundle. I actually have one that's not for PvP, So I guess here, if you're not a commander, probably not relevant. But if you want to get good at PvP, this is kind of a cool robe. Obviously, you can change the colors. I've rocked these before. It's not my favorite anymore. I like the duelist one better, but that's another one. The last one, as I said, obviously there's the elegant one that I showed you guys before, but then the last one here is the Jester's robe. I think it's called Jester's robe. I don't know what it's called for every school. These ones are kind of hard to find because I don't even know exactly what their names are. It's Jester something. They're like level 25 plus. You can get a lot of them at Marleybone. I think you can get all of them at Marleybone. But these are really cool. I like these. They're nice, especially if you're not a PvP player. These are more casual, like questing ones. And these look really nice. They obviously have all the little storm and symbols for every school. You can get them for every school, I'm pretty sure. And they look pretty cool. And these are pretty easy to get to. These you can get at low level, which is kind of nice. I mean, this entire setup right here, these 3 pieces of gear you can get before you finish Mushu. So, fun fact, you don't have to be a super high level to get these. So yeah, I think I've talked enough about gear. I guess for wands you can honestly rock whatever you want. A lot of people like to be tryhards and use the fog staff, but that's a little bit more advanced. I'm not even going to get into what the fog staff is. If you guys are wondering what this is, this one that I have right here, it's this. Let me just equip this one. I have it stitched up here, but this is from the boss that drops Burning Rampage in Avalon, so a little bit higher level. If you guys want this lambent stick of clamoring, just look it up on the wiki. My best piece of advice, if you take anything from this video aside from how to get to the bazaar, my best piece of advice is the Wizard101 wiki is fantastic. So anything you can think of, search it up, find a page for it because everything's on there and you'll be able to learn a lot about it. That's my best piece of advice. If you're looking for something, just try to Google it and try to figure it out because the wiki's really incredible. It's incredible how much stuff is on there and it's super helpful. Especially for gear and all those other stuff. So, again, I apologize if I'm talking super fast. There's a lot of stuff I want to get to, and I don't want to make these videos too long. So I hope you guys can keep up. I mean, it's not super complicated stuff, so we should be good. I'm not sure if I went over this in my last video. I know I talked about the crown shop a little bit, but I'm going to do this again even if I talked about it because I just feel like this needs to be said. I talked a little about how you should not buy pets. And as I said, if you guys haven't seen that video, watch it because it's good. But if you go to mounts, which is probably sort of the main attraction in the crown shop because mounts are cool. They're really kind of unnecessary as long as you have one, but people like to buy them. It's fun. It's a good way to support the game. If you scroll all the way down on mounts, the permanent ones, obviously, don't buy 7-day mounts. That should be obvious, but if it's not, don't ever rent mounts, not worth it. You scroll all the way down and you go to like the chestnut pony, you can actually click on gold. And obviously I don't have enough gold because I'm poor, but you can look around and you can see that the black stallion is for gold, the blue dragon, the dark dragon, red dragon, another broom, the proud lion, and some tigers and stuff. There isn't a ton that are available for gold, but if you guys are just starting out in the game, I recommend buying one of these with gold. This one's 90,000, but as I said, this one's 50,000. You can also get a broom for 50,000. You can probably save up that much gold pretty quickly. So my recommendation is if you have a membership, but you're not really looking to spend crowns yet, just buy one of these. You can get a simple mount. They'll help you through the game. I mean, honestly, a lot of people still use the Bengal Tiger and the Proud Lions. They're kind of OG mounts, so you really never have to buy a mount with crowns in this game. Fun fact. But as I said, they're fun to buy, but just something to know. There's also some other stuff in the crown shop that you can buy with gold. I guess just my general piece of advice is whenever you're going to buy something in the crown shop, look and check if it's available for gold first, because like some of the gear sets are available for gold too, and some of the housing items. Always good. Just make sure, just know that option is there, because obviously it's always better to spend gold than crowns. Another big thing you can buy for gold, which I need to say too, is pretty much every house you can buy with gold, I think. Except for the Avalon Castle plot. I'm pretty sure everything else you can buy with gold for houses. Now these are expensive. I will say these are expensive. But these are definitely buy houses with gold. Please never buy a house with crowns. That would make me so sad. They're so expensive. They're not even that many. 100,000 gold is not a lot in this game once you get to a higher level, but 10,000 crowns is like $20. So please do me a favor and buy houses with gold too. So I talked about stitching earlier, and this is not like the main focus of the video, but this is my Ice Warlord that I just got Warlord on before. As you can see, you guys probably saw the highlight in the beginning, Spicy 900 right there. I'll actually show you guys how to stitch right now because I need to stitch something. So go to stitch items here. This little seamstress lady, Eloise Merriweather, she's in pretty much every world, I think every world, and you can go to her in any world and stitch items. Weapons, in this case, I'm going to stitch my wand. You choose the appearance. For stats, I want this wand, and then for looks, I want that. This wand is sick. I fished for this and somehow got it. It's like 4,500 crowns in the crown shop, and I somehow got this. It looks incredible. This is a super OG wand, by the way. You won't see a lot of people with this because it's pretty hard to get, so I'm happy about this one. But anyways, let's go ahead and journey, because I did a video on what spells you should train in this game, but I don't know if I specifically showed you where this is. So, as you can see, we're going to the shopping district, going into Colossus Boulevard. If you're under level 20, you don't really need to worry about this, because I think it starts at level 20, but this is a good place to know, and I'll go to one other place after this. But this is a secret trainer over here. There's a bunch of secret trainers throughout the world that I might go show you guys. I'll actually probably show you a couple. So yeah, let's do that. So first trainer is in here. As you can see, this is where I am on the map. Just short ways into Colossus Boulevard. Go inside here. You will find Mildred Farseer. She trains. She sells, trains, vends, I don't even know what you want to call it. She's a trainer for the dispels in this game. She also has a reshuffle, which you can see I already have trained, which is why they don't show up. I also have balance dispel trained. She's got all of the dispels and reshuffle, which are super nice. Obviously, the one you can get for your school is free, so as soon as you level 22, head on over here, buy it for free. You know, it's cool. The reshuffle one is good too. You don't need it if you're not doing PvP right away, but if you're doing PvP, you're going to want to get reshuffle, and this is where you get it. Alright, let's go to another one. So the next trainer is in the commons, so right when you spawn in the commons, just go up here into, what is this called? I don't the fairgrounds. Yeah, I should know that. Go over here to Sabrina Greenstar. This is one that a lot of people forget about. She sells the minus 80 shields to your school. You really don't need any of the other schools. For some strategies in PvP you might, but for the most part, just train your school. Obviously I'm ice, I've already trained it, so you don't see the ice one here, but it's free. It's a minus 80 shield. It can be nice with bosses that are your school, and it's just, you know, you probably want to have all the spells that you can in the game, so there you go. So now I'm in Celestia, and there are a bunch of trainers throughout this game. I'm sure I'm going to miss a couple. Obviously, there's one in Marleybone that sells like some weird minion spells. So if you guys are trying to get the badge for all of the spells trained, I'm not your guy. I'm just going to help you out with the most important ones. Just follow where I just went there. I'm now in the District of the Stars in Celestia, and this is the place where you can train some important astral spells. I made a video on the best spells to train. I don't know if I went here though to show you. Maybe I did, but I'm going to do it again just so you guys know. So go over here, just obviously follow where I just went, go into the Stellarium, as you can see right there on the map, and I'm going to show you a pretty useful trainer, some spells that you're going to want, at least in the future. So you can go in here, don't get pulled by these guys, you don't have to. Obviously, Celestia is like level 50 something, so don't worry about this if you're a lower level, but keep it in the back of your mind because you're going to need it in the future. Star School Trainer here, you can train Fortify, Amplify, Vengeance, Empowerment, and Infallible, which I already have trained, which is why I don't have it on here. That one right there. These are super nice. These are not super necessary for questing, but they're really good for PvP. So Fortify is one you're going to want, Infal is one you're going to want. You don't really need Amplified Vengeance or Empowerment really at all, but it's there if you want it. The next thing is a Star School Trainer. Oh wait, these are both Star School Trainers. Never mind, that's all you need. Infal and Fortify are really good for PvP. They're also decent for questing. Infal is decent for questing, I guess, if you're trying to go solo and you need as much damage as possible. Not super necessary though, but it's a good thing to know those are there because if you want to get into PvP, you're going to want those spells, and that's where you get them. So, as I said, I know I'm missing a bunch, but I'm just going to try to hit the main ones that I can remember off the top of my head. The next one I remember is in the Drum Jungle here in Zafaria. Oh, I actually missed one. Okay, I already missed one. Nice. There was another one in Celestia in the Floating Land. I'll just quickly describe it. In the Floating Land, in Celestia, go into the Floating Land, obviously, go up a little hill. You can't miss it. Like right as you go in there, there's a guy, there's a trainer. You can train the enchants, which I'll show you right now. You can train like colossal, actually not colossal. I'm showing you where to get a colossal, but you can train like strong, giant, monstrous, and gargantuan. And you're actually going to need to train those before you can do this. Yeah, this video is just I'm just not on point today. I'm sorry, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, it's in the floating land. That's where you want to go first. But then after you do that, this is a trainer that sometimes people have trouble finding. You're gonna want to go to this one here, and to get this, you have to be level like 68 or something. The guy in Zafaria, in the main area in Zafaria, I'll show you him in a second. There's a quest that he gives where you get to unlock this. Once you unlock it, you'll be able to click and you'll see, or maybe it's level 64. You will see Colossal, and you're gonna want to train it because it's a really good enchant. And yeah, that's where you get that. I'll show you the guy that gives the quest. You obviously have to be a certain level. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the level is, but this guy right here, Inyanga White Stripes, the legend himself. So once you're done, just wait till you're done with Zafaria, honestly, or like mostly through it. Go talk to this guy, find the quest that's about the Star School things, and unlock that one. That's a good one to know because some people don't know where that one is. Next, we are going to journey to Avalon. This will probably be the last one I do because I can't think of any important trainers that aren't part of the main quest after this. So we need to find the wild... the wild? Nope, the wild. Yeah. Alright, go to the wild. And obviously you have to be in Avalon. Oh man, I haven't been in Avalon in a while. This is cool. But use that teleporter. If you don't have that unlocked yet, you're probably not far enough, so don't worry. Wait till you have that teleporter unlocked. Go here, go up into the Toadstool Village right here. And then go up to Cassie, the Ponycorn. And then you can hit train. And you can train these mass prisms. Super helpful. Obviously, the one for your school is free, so free card right there. You really don't need to train another one unless you're like a life and you're questing. It can be really helpful to train a storm one. If you're like a life storm questing combo, it can be nice to train the storm one. But usually, just train the one for your school. It's really helpful for solo questing. If you fight a bunch of mobs that are in your school, it can be helpful. I guess there's another guy over here in the Fire Elf Village. I actually don't remember what this guy sells, but I guess we'll go find out. Alright, so we got Enya Firemoon. I honestly don't even know who that is. What does she even... Oh, okay, so she trains the spears, which are completely unnecessary, but as I said, if you want to be a perfectionist and get every spell in the game, you can train your free one for your school, but definitely don't feel the need to train any of these other ones. I mean, maybe someone will argue that you need Elemental Spear, but you don't, so don't listen to them. So she's there, not really necessary, but... totally forgot she was there. But yeah, if you want to get all the spells in the game, that's where you want to go. But okay guys, I've been rambling on for so long. I try to make these videos as short as possible, but there's just so much information that they end up getting longer than I expect. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to see a part 3, if there's some important things, if you guys are veteran players and there's really important things that you think I should cover that I missed, because I'm sure I missed a ton of things, leave them in the comments below. I'll make a part 3 if you guys want to see it. But again, check out my second channel if you guys want more content from me. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, leave a like if you guys did enjoy.
This ain't a rendezvous. I'm addicted to the way you love that. Ooh, that's how I feel about you.